A history of the carrier pigeons. I like pigeons. Their voices are soft and rhythmic. I have put up baskets for them in the front veranda, and they live there quietly. They don't ask for food, probably because they are fed at the roundabout near my house by compassionate people who come from far to drop grains for them every day. I have a bird table of rice and fruits so they can feed there whenever they want. The Mumbai Municipal Commissioner has made it the feature of his tenure that he will get rid of the pigeons from Mumbai. Those who go looking for something to hate and often pick on pigeons should know what they have done for us humans over the years. The first airmail using pigeons was established in 1896 in New Zealand and was known as the Pigeon Gram Service. Their speed averaged 77.6 mph, only 40% slower than a modern aircraft. Each pigeon carried 5 messages, and special pigeon gram stamps were sold for each message carried. In the First World War, pigeons were used extensively for carrying messages. German marksmen were deployed to shoot the birds down. Pigeons were carried in tanks and released through tiny portholes in the side. Mine-sweeping boats carried pigeons so that in the event of an attack by a U-boat, a pigeon could be released with a message confirming the exact location of the sinking boat, often resulting in the crew being saved. Seaplanes carried pigeons to relay urgent information about enemy movements. In the Second World War, pigeons were used in active service in Europe, India, and Burma. The last pigeon messaging service in the world was in Odisha, called Orissa Police Carrier Pigeon Service, and it disbanded in 2006 after 60 years of active service and 800 birds. Carrier pigeons had provided daily communications between Orissa's 400 police stations across the state. They carried essential messages during 2 natural disasters, the massive cyclone in 1971 and the unprecedented floods in 1982. Their ability to fly in adverse weather conditions saved many human lives. In the 5th century BC, the first network of pigeon messengers is thought to have been established in Assyria and Persia by Cyrus the Great. In 2000 BC, they were carrying messages to warning groups in Mesopotamia. In 53 BC, they carried Hannibal's dispatches. Julius Caesar used pigeons during the conquest of Gaul from 58 to 51 BC. Indian and Arab merchants used carrier pigeons when visiting China. At the first Olympic Games held in 776 BC, every athlete had a homing pigeon from his village. If he won his event, his will be the bird that carried the news home. Between 63 BC to AD 21, the Greek geographer Strabo noted that pigeons flew between certain points along the Mediterranean coastline to carry messages of the arrival of fish shields for waiting fishermen. These birds played a major role in the intelligence service in the First World War. They were sent to maintain contact with the resistance movements across Europe. Fewer than 10% survived the shell fire, small arms fire, poison gas. In 1940, 300 crates of pigeons were dropped into enemy-occupied areas of Europe, each bird being packed into a box with food for 10 days. Instructions and a questionnaire were put in the box. If found by an ally, information about enemy movement could be put inside the container on the bird's leg, and the bird released to fly back. 16,544 pigeons were parachuted into occupied Europe during the Second Great War. Only 1,842 returned. Pigeons were used for aerial photography. A miniature camera was mounted at the bird's breast via a canvas harness, and the pigeon sent to areas of strategic importance to capture images. The films provided information about enemy troop movements and air bases. Information relating to exact positions of the V-1 flying bomb site in Peenemünde in Germany was conveyed by pigeons, information that turned the tide of the war. In 2004, an impressive memorial to commemorate all the animals and birds killed during wartime was erected in Hyde Park. Pigeons have been given pride of place in the sculpture with two pack mules in the foreground weighed down with munitions and cannon parts. Pigeons, more than any other animal, have been man's best friend in times of crisis. They give of themselves for just a handful of grain. You need to repay your debt every day.